to give you some examples of some of the recent stuff they've done. And by the way, thank you for mentioning the other independent tax districts. I actually didn't even know that about Disney. So
I only learned it a couple days ago. So that was quite a shock to me too.
Yeah, well, yeah, so the fact that he's only going after one and not the others, that's suspicious. The fact that he's only going after them immediately after they sort of in a very limited sense speak out against don't say gay. Let's bear in mind, don't say gay, the Disney like attack against Disney is basically like the Bud Light protest of a year ago. It was like, what did they even do? It's not like Disney ran goofy against DeSantis in his re-election bid. I think they put out a statement where they said they don't support it, and DeSantis was like, "How dare you?" It's like the Bud Light thing. It wasn't even a publicly available bottle, you idiots. So anyway, they have their government-appointed board to try to take control of Disney. They have voted to nullify earlier agreements that had given Disney authority over most construction near its Orlando resort, which I don't know that they have the legal authority to do that, but they're gonna try. And he's appointed a bunch of the justices of the state Supreme Court, so maybe it'll work. Let's see. The Florida Senate has just okayed in a panel, every 3 year, I think, comprehensive inspection of the monorail at Disney World, which is a fine thing to do. I'm all for more regulation and oversight of critical infrastructure, but you clearly didn't give a GD damn about this until the whole Disney thing blew up. Remember, he also said recently that they might build their own park nearby or a state prison to try to like ruin the area. I don't know how much more he could do to make clear that he is personally biased against an individual corporation, which if this was a general thing where more politicians were being more hostile to powerful corporations, maybe I'd be down. But this is very much not how government is supposed to work.
It's really funny that one of the threats is like, oh, you're gonna sue us? Well, guess what? We're gonna make sure people don't die on your monorail. Ha, take that. Make it like wonderful. Why are we not already doing that? I mean, that thing is high enough. If you fall, you're not gonna survive. Inspections should be more than 3 years apart. They should be 3 times a year. I mean, we've seen horrific train derailments. Let's not have one in the sky at Disney World. We should be doing that already. And also, everybody needs to remember Ron DeSantis himself got married at Disney World.
Did he really?
He did. He did. He talks about that in his book as well. He wasn't a fan of it, but his wife definitely wanted to, and he wanted to make her happy. So that had to have cost a heck of a lot of money that he gave to Mickey Mouse, and they're now using that money to pay their lawyers to go after him. So it all comes full circle.
I'm glad that he staked out that early opportunity to make his wife happy, because I have a feeling that it's been few and far between the opportunities since then. I really need to start playing that ad from his first election again of him and his family like obsessing over Donald Trump and his catchphrases and everything. Man, that's embarrassing. Maybe not as bad as the Puddin' Fingers ad, but still pretty bad. By the way, really fast, just to put a button in this. There was a poll, Reuters Ipsos poll this week. Less than half of Republicans had a more favorable view of DeSantis because of his fight with Disney. So it's not even really working amongst like the people that it is like lab tested to appeal to. And majorities of both Democrats and Republicans say they're less likely to support a candidate who supported laws intended to punish companies for their positions on cultural issues. So you can keep doing this. By the way, if they like genuinely want to do a boycott, you're allowed to participate in boycotts. You're not obligated to spend your money in support of any corporation. But I would just say that in terms of public relations, maybe don't make your boycotts contingent on them just kind of briefly being inclusive in a shallow way, because it makes you look really bad. And I feel like we're seeing that right now.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.